What's up guys, it's Drac, and if you've been noticing the kind of erratic upload schedule after an almost entire year of Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads, that is because it's time. It's time for EndWar 2019. Now I've given you multiple heads up, and I will have full links for registration, information, hotel group rates, you name it, down in the description box below. But EndWar isn't just my biggest event of the season, it's our biggest event of the season. And that's because EndWar is truly the Dragon Con of our hobby. It is a community-driven, community-inclusive event with something for everyone. We are anticipating our largest EndWar ever. Our theme this year is the Wizarding World of EndWar. I don't know what I'm going to do next year. A few people have joked about SeaWorld after doing Dismaland last year. I am quickly running out of theme parks. But personal struggles aside, I want to talk to you about EndWar. I want to tell you that it is June 21st through 23rd, which means we are coming up very, very fast on it. In Statesboro, Georgia, it is an event that travels. It will be somewhere entirely different next year, and we've already locked it in. I am very excited to tell you about next year's venue, but this year's venue is something very near and dear to my heart. Like, it is a really, really cool game board to drop an amazing HVZ experience onto, but I did mean something for everybody. It is our inaugural year of the Foam Pro Tour, which is going to be our hobby's definitive competitive Nerf event. This year there is a prize pool of $3,000 going to the top 4 teams in a 16-team bracket that is internationally attended. We've got someone from pretty much every corner of Nerfery around, with the exception of Australia and Singapore, and I'm confident we'll get them next year for the FPT2. But super duper stoked about the Foam Pro Tour, super duper stoked about EndWar, and of course, I am crazy, ridiculously excited about FoamCon, which is a gathering, a meeting and greeting of all of the biggest names in our hobby, all of our companies, all of our Nerf celebrities, which is a term I did not coin and don't really love, but have to use anyway because if the boot fits. But very, very excited about those. So Friday the 21st, we have FoamCon leading into HVZ that night, wrapping into HVZ all day Saturday. Chilling out a little bit Saturday evening so that you guys can rest up, relax, and prepare for not only the Foam Pro Tour competition, but pickup games as well. Now, our vendors are all going to be kind of spattered throughout those events, and while I want you to respect their individual experiences, some of our silver level sponsors, not all, some of them will be present at the Foam Pro Tour if you need to pick up something. Personally, all of the EndWar merch will be available throughout the weekend. You'll be able to pick up patches and t-shirts as you wish. Now, your bandana is free. You get that bandana no matter what, just for attending the event. You can pick it up at FoamCon, you can pick it up at player registration, but that is the crucial game piece for Humans vs. Zombies. EndWar at its heart is a Humans vs. Zombies invitational, even if it has grown to be something greater than the sum of its parts. But you get that bandana no matter what. They've become highly collectible. They're very special. We make them unique art provided by my little sister, Addie of Foam Blast. Did the artwork this year, and there's even a couple of Easter eggs, as there are every year, in that bandana. So once you pick yours up, see if you can't pick them out, and tell Addie that she did an amazing job. So we've also got patches this year. As always, the color of the patches change. They're going to be available as well. The current year's patches are only available at EndWar, so past year's patches get retired as they run out. I make a limited number, so they're designed to be sort of collectible, sort of exclusive to people who attend the event itself. They are 1 for $5 or 5 for $20 if you want to smuggle some back home and give them out to your local. But I want to talk to you about the people that make EndWar possible. Now, EndWar wouldn't be possible without a vast swath of volunteers, collaborators, assistants, help from all angles, but the people who like really take some of that personal sting off of event coordination are my top shelf sponsors. And this year that would be AmmoCounter.com. In addition to just being the best looking dude in the SCNC, Ammo Counter is going to be bringing a ton of really unique, very cool stuff, and I hope he brings his new paintball prototypes, not because they're relevant to our hobby, but just because he's printed a bunch of different ammo counters in a lot of different versions. We're currently on our most awesome one yet. It's modular, it's easy to charge. I've done a full video on it, but the paintball stuff is very exciting to me as well, and I think it's really cool and kind of expands his business. We've got Out of Darts, who needs no introduction. He's bringing a full swath of products. Gosh, I hope I'm using that word correctly. I don't. It's new. I'm trying it on. Swath. A lot of stuff. He's bringing a lot of stuff, including prototypes that are completely functional of proton packs, which I believe he will be selling later on in the year. Don't quote me, but Luke is an amazing dude, a fabulous tinker, and the work that he's doing with Rival is second to none. Can't wait to see the proton packs. Really want to shove one in a coffin backpack myself. Then we've got Containment Crew, who are true to form, just the OG EndWar original, like con exclusive guys. They've been doing con exclusive flywheels for a while. I think that we can expect some different con exclusive flywheels this year with some specific performance in mind. They're very exciting. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. They are not afraid to tinker with different high-end CNC products, which are awesome. And I'll talk more about those in just a second. But they're just old school HVZ through and through. They've been in this hobby as long as I have. Nothing but love and respect for the guys over at Containment Crew, and cannot wait to see what con exclusives they bring. Again, these are the kind of things where if you want them, they're exclusive, you gotta come to EndWar, which is a really easy sell, as EndWar is a true HVZ event and not one of these imposter clowns trying to sell you a ticket to their HVZ. EndWar has always been and will always be 100% free to play. So it's super cool to support these vendors and support the event by purchasing things like patches and exclusives. And speaking of exclusives, as well as Addie and Michelle, the lovely ladies of Foam Blast, they sent me a pack because they got their stuff in a little early and they wanted to share with me some of the exclusives that they will have. Some of these are going to be free if you go up by their booth. I know that last year they gave a bunch of screwdrivers away for free. So some of these are exclusives. Some of these are things that you can buy. Some of these I'm sure are things that they will give away, but they also sent me Worker, what's this called? The Worker Hurricane, because I've wanted one for a while, and Worker's customer service is just getting worse and worse and worse as time goes on. But that is the Worker Hurricane. Full video on that later. They're doing this really sweet ball cap. So it says on the back ED01, which I assume is for first edition. The front is a carbon copy of their Foam Blast cap. Then we've got this photo, high res of these darts here. I mean, I think that this is just a really cool cap. I'm not normally a hat guy, but like that is an awesome cap. I like that it's a flat bill. I know that my friend DJ Psycho out in Singapore will want to get one for himself. And then we've got a litany of pins. Now I'm working on a pin board myself here, but I want to make sure that I get all of these out of here so that I can show them off properly. And then they also sent over one of their custom yoink tools. So they'll be debuting a few little enamel pins. If you're not already patch sick, or maybe your patch roll is just full and you need something else to put on them, we've got a Xavier one, a Wallcom one, a Foam Blast Pride patch. This is probably the most special of the batch. An auxiliary pin. That's going to take some getting used to. And then this one was just kind of an experiment. There are going to be some crazy exclusive EndWar pins this year. We kind of had this idea at the same time, but I decided to let them make mine, and these are like Burgundy Fang signature biting in to an elite dart, taking a bite out of the hobby. So all of those will be available. This strikes me as it might be the freebie, and if you're not sold on this already, these are awesome. This is a carabiner / bag tag. Just means that you'll find your stuff at the airport easier, which is great because there's so many people flying into EndWar this year. So that is also super duper sweet. Definitely support all of those companies. I'm going to put full links to them in the description box below. You can still get EndWar delivery on some things, like if you want to place an order now. I know for a fact Containment Crew even has a special going on right now. I think the code is EndWar 2019, but I'm going to put it here because I'll probably be wrong. And I did mention high-end CNC parts and I completely forgot. So with all this EndWar stuff going on, with all the uploads I've missed, I forgot to make a formal video announcing on my channel that I'm back at it, like a bad habit, on Kickstarter. The Talon Claw is really cool. For those of you that might not be aware, this is a full-size caliburn. I did a run of phenomenal CNC parts called Tooth and Nail. They make the weakest part of your caliburn now the strongest part of your caliburn. They make an amazing noise. They give you precision like nothing else in that space. They are I don't actually want to get into it or like try and sell you on it, but they're light years above these super crappy Chinese knockoff ones that workers trying to pass off. And now that the Talon Claw's out and a little bit smaller, a little bit cuter, I made one, and while the trigger was compatible, the plunger and sear were not, and I just couldn't go back. So I decided to do a small run of Tooth and Nail Mini is what we're calling this one. It's live on Kickstarter right now. It will be over before EndWar in the hopes that I can deliver them at EndWar to certain backers. That said, the anodizer is taking some time right now, and I'm not entirely sure. We do all of the work in-house, but the clear anodization for Tooth and Nail Mini is going to be done out of house, and then the logistics are such that they might be done during EndWar, and there's no way that I'll be able to do that. But I will mail them. I've never missed a Kickstarter delivery date, and we're not starting now. So anyway, I couldn't go back. I absolutely needed one of these. It was driving me crazy. I looked at my old prototyping wall, and while I was doing the original Tooth and Nail, I made some small plungers. I wound up hating them. They didn't work very well with a full-length spring. The crimp wasn't right, so of course we did it right, and that's why everybody is super happy with their Tooth and Nail product. But I was like, man, how hard would it be to just wick off a little more material, adjust that lip, shrink this down, keep using the same original trigger run, and make something ultra sweet. This is also the only way to purchase a complete arcane caliburn, which is to say the highest resolution, the absolute most love and energy put into the highest quality filaments. I don't skimp on anything. Everything is custom. Everything is serialized. This is number 18. I always use the Alumilan coupler so that everything is as strong as it possibly could be, but gives you just a really slick blaster. So if you're looking for one of my absolute last, because I will not be making more of the original Tooth and Nail, there's still a couple left of those on the Kickstarter, and then you can get full Tooth and Nail performance and a full gorgeous arcane grade Talon Claw, or you could just get the parts and print it yourself. Whatever you want to do with it, those are all options on the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter did fully fund, but I want to make absolutely certain that you guys, my viewers, have ample opportunity to back it. It was a shorter Kickstarter this time because I'm really trying to crunch everything that I need to get done in June done. I'm actually working on a separate Kickstarter that hits a far wider audience right now. I really like working with their platform, but I want to make sure that I did actually talk about it before it ended on my channel. So Kickstarter Tooth and Nail Mini is live right now. I can support as many of you, as you would possibly be willing to back. I'm planning on doing an ultra tight, ultra small production run, simply because I didn't think that there would be a ton of interest in this. I thought that I was one of very few people in love with the Talon Claw platform, but it's pretty clear that what Gabriel designed is just phenomenal. Everybody loves the Talon Claw. People really like miniature caliburns. They're a little bit sturdier in some ways, like they're just very cool. And I couldn't go back. There was no going back. Once you've had the absolute nicest parts in your caliburn, to have a mini one that doesn't make the cut is just simply unacceptable. So if I wanted them for me, I was going to offer them to you, and if that interests you, if you're a backer of the original, or maybe you missed that boat and you just really want to get in on the platform, you are absolutely welcome to check out the Kickstarter link in the description box below. I am crazy excited to see all of my friends at EndWar. It's coming up so very fast, but it is the can't miss event of our hobby. It is the can't miss event of the summer. It is a spectacle of nerfy celebration unlike any other, and it is my sincerest hope to host you in Statesboro, Georgia this year. Eventbrite link down in the description box below. That is how I'm keeping a running tally of people that I expect to be at the event, and then there is a full Facebook page for the event as well. That number is not as accurate as the Eventbrite number. However, it's easy to communicate with you there, so I do highly encourage you. Please click going on the Facebook event. Please register via the Eventbrite and say something nice. Let me know in the comment section who to expect, what to expect, how awesome you're going to be at HVZ. Tell me what your loadout is. Tell me you're excited to see your favorite team compete in the Foam Pro Tour, and I will personally be at FoamCon to greet each and every one of you. So that is the big EndWar video. That is a huge thank you to our sponsors. That is a huge thank you to anyone who's ever even clicked on a Kickstarter link. You guys are the fuel that feeds my fire. Much love. Nerf on. Drac out.